Welcome back to Howard Disc Golf. Ben Howard here presenting some commentary for the Nooga 19 held here at the Chickamauga Dam temporary location, sponsored by Prodigy Disc. Thank you so much, Will Schusterick and Idris Garcia, for doing the commentary on the front nine. So as we step onto the back nine, Will's got a pretty good lead, 3 strokes over Brandon Brown. He's sitting at 15 and Joey's right behind him. So on the hole 10, we have a 420-foot par 3. Most people hang it out wide right and hopefully to get a little skip and get up towards the basket, and might see a couple turnovers here. So we got Joey, looks like he's lining up that backhand route and he's going for the little skip. And it clips that tree and takes a little roll off to the side, but he's not obstructed over there. Looks like Brandon probably wanted to keep his a little bit more wide, but he'll have an open look over there as well. Will kept his plenty wide. Ooh, almost hit the tree, but that'll skip, and he's got a very open look over there, probably looking about 50 out. Homeboy KT ripping on a hyzer. Ain't nothing wrong with that, buddy. Good drives. Got Phil, Bucket Hat, George in the function. They put a great rip on that. I hope it hit the same tree that Joey hit. Longer approach for KT. He gets that up there just fine. Joey with he's got a very consistent jump putt. Always gets close with that thing. Ooh. BB off the front of the cage. Phil, Bucket Hat. George. There you go. Apparently Will said something that Phil appreciated. Wow. Does that even count?
It cannot count if you want it to not count.
Phil low-key throwing some shade. A couple tap outs for these dudes. That hit like one chain. These single air T2 Prodigy baskets, they are awesome. I love that color green too. Cannot beat it. It was so foggy during this day. Alright, that was a pretty awesome hole. Phil and Will with the Lone Birds pushes Will to 16 down. Closest person's BB at 12. On to hole 11, 265 feet. You're going to see dead straight shots. It's staring at you right in the face. Not a far hole at all. You might see some hyzers, but watch out for that hill because it can roll on you if you're not careful. Shout out to last year's coverage, the Crow. No such crow in a sighting for this tournament this time. That will do. Phil put a good turn on that. A little wide, but oh, that'll work. Failure. Nice high, wide hyzer. And it landed right there at the bottom of the screen, and it started to trickle down, but I think it sat on the side of that hill. BB putting a run on it. Great shot by Brandon. KT, I assume, throwing his dart.
Bring it up.
Ooh, buddy. He's a beast with that dart. Good run by Joey. Phil stringing some birds together on this back nine. Great putt. Wow, so that looked like a perfect putt from my angle. I think it might have just been a little too high and apparently spat out. I guess that's the luck of the game. If it's a little too high, it won't catch them. That's life, though. You live to make another putt. I just made that up. It's pretty awesome. KT tapping in his easy deuce. That's the homie. Alright, Will still has the lead. Only by 3, though. So he's sitting at 16. Brandon's at 13. Joey's at 11. 9 and 8 for KT and Phil Bucket Hat. Alright, hole 12, 240 feet, par 3. Uphill shot. Even if you go to the right of the path, I do not believe that is out of bounds. You're going to see a lot of flicks as Phil is doing. And that's a great shot. Definitely safe.
It's a little muddy up there, guys. Look out. Yeah. Watch out. Yeah, it's right there where the muddy spot is.
Dang, Phil, dude. Phil pointing out the obvious mud. Clowning. I like it. BB with another flick shot. Fantastic leave. I assume once again this is more of a flippy dart that KT's throwing. Now if you go to the left of the path, I do believe that is OB. Will seems to really like hitting that tree up there. This is a very, very technical shot. He goes over the tree, fading right. I mean, that's money. Can't beat that. That's all dope. Perfection of an upshot right there. KT needs to drop it. Oh, just a little timid. Just a little timid on that putt. And a little too much height. No problem for Joey. I'd say he's about 98% from that range. BB stepping up, taking his time. No reason to rush these putts. He's going for that dub. Ooh, buddy, that went a little high though. It stuck. That's all that matters. Only scores on the scorecard, baby. Shout out to chasing his bread. What brand is that? Wonder Joy. Said I'm hungry. I'm going to get some bread. KT cleaning up his par. No biggie. And just like that, we are going to be done with that hole. All right, so Will is still... BB's putting a great round together, especially on the back nine. He's only down by 2 to Will, and Joey's 2 back of Brandon, so we got battle going on. And hole 13, par 3, 395 feet. you're going to see a lot of people just dipping off to the right, throwing a hyzer, and letting it fade back into the bucket. So we got Brandon up first, ripping on a Prodigy disc. I'm going to assume that's one of the H series. Yeah, he put a good rip on that. He'll be happy with that putt. Got Joey here. Ooh, kept a little inside, so there is OB if you go over that pathway. And it's actually hit something and stayed in bounds by about 2 feet. KT put a good shot on this. Kept it wide enough. A little short, but that's okay. He's not OB, so that's important. Phil ripping it high. It's coming back a little bit. He will be close to pin high, and he will have a look at the putt. Will kept his a little lower with some force, and he's not very happy with that one. It must have hit some limbs and just threw it a little too low. His upshot. Early release, but he should have no problem cleaning that up. KT put his close. Good shot. Not even 2 feet. He was in a disc length. That's crazy. And he's taking his relief as he should. Taking full advantage of that. That was a good run. Come on, Phil. Hit the front of the cage. No biggie. He's definitely made some putts that have been, it could have kicked out on anybody else, but since he's Brandon Brown, I reckon it's going to stick. No problem for Will cleaning up that par. I'm sure he felt that he definitely wanted the birdie, as we all do, but Brandon's putting some work in. And he's chasing after Will at this point. All right, so after that, Brandon's still chasing Will. He's only back by 1, and Joey's 3 back of Brandon. Phil and KT are hanging out, having a little battle of their own as well. Hole 14, par 3, 335 feet. It's downhill. It's on top of a little table down there, and you're going to see a lot of hyzers, and you're going to see some flicks too. The flick route is definitely preferred in my book. These guys got a couple different more shots in their bag that they can take. Joey's whipping out the flick. And hit the tree and got a very generous roll. That will definitely leave him a putt. Phil going with the thumber. I respect that shot. Good run. We got KT throwing something up there flat. Oh, he put a good rip on that. Best drive out of the group. Great shot. We got Will here throwing a hyzer out. Somehow skipped off the path there next to the grill. What are the odds? OB to the right of that pathway, I believe. Oh, man, you know he wants that one back. Elevated baskets. They'll get you. Generous that it stopped there. Great putt by BB. He's really showing that he's grown into a fantastic player. I love the fact that he comes down to Chattanooga and plays in these local events, including the Belgian Turkey and all that. Even little events like this benefited for Chambliss Center. It's great to see the support, and it's always nice to see some of these good names come down here and represent. Oh no, Phil. But representing Prodigy, Will's down in Dalton. It's great for them to come show support as Will taps in his par. And Joey taps in his par. Phil tapping in his bogey. Kinda wishes he wanted that par back. I can't blame him though. Welcome back. After hole 14, Brandon Brown has officially tied it up with Will. Joey hanging in there at 12. KT just got a bird, sitting at 10 down, and Phil's right behind him. Hole 15, 260 feet. You're going to see a lot of people hanging it out wide with a hyzer, maybe even a flick, but be careful. To the left of the basket, there's going to be some road there, and that is for sure OB. KT pumping. That'll work. A little short, but definitely a putt. Joey lining up that flick line. He's got the height. He's got the turn. That's a fantastic drive. Great job. Will's lining up that hyzer route. I assume that's a mid of some sort, maybe a putter. It skipped like a mid. See what Phil's got to say about this. I just came out a little low, but you know, he's not in any danger over there. He'll probably be pitching up just for a par. Or running it. Nothing wrong with that. BB lining up that step putt. Money. That's a beast of a shot. Great putt, BB. Hey, there's that putt. KT's known for having a fantastic putting game. Throwing them darts, boy. Joey sticks in his. I assume Will have no issue with his putt. Put $5 on it. Okay. I don't think anybody would ever take that bet, though. That dude's a beast. And Phil tapping in his par. No harm done. And just like that, we officially have a tied battle. Actually, the last hole was, but it's all good. 17 down for BB and Will, and Joey's sitting there at 13. Hole 16. You can't see the basket off of the tee. It's 370 feet. I'd say one of the more technical. You got to have a stronger arm to get there. Throw it out on a wide hyzer and let it sit next to the bucket, hopefully. Don't throw it to the left because there's some road there, actually the parking lot, and that is OB for sure. Brandon put a good rip on that. Pin high to the right. KT lining up the hyzer. More of a direct low line. Wow. That was the lowest shot I've ever seen. Joey lining up that high shot. Came down, tombstoned into the ground. He'll have a putt. Will lining up the hyzer. Ooh, buddy. That's about as close as you can get right there, son. That's a tap-in bird. Park job. Phil showing off that distance he's got as well. Cut a little early. And if it didn't sit, that might be in trouble. And there's that parking lot. Barely went in, but that is OB. So he's taking his relief. And hopefully he puts it close. They thought about rolling backwards on him, but he'll have no problem with that. A little wide on that putt for KT, but I'm not totally convinced he was running that. And Joey taking his time. He knows he's got to make some moves if he's got any chance at this. Safe run. Oh, man. Hit the top of it, and it rolls but sits. His step game is so good. It's equivalent to that of, I think his form looks very similar to that of Chris Dickerson in his approach and the slow timing of all of his just technique, really. Solid player. There we go. Way to save his par, and Will is just going to casually tap in a birdie. KT has no problem taking a trace on that. Shout out to the Chickamauga Dam folk. All right, Will Schusterick has 1 stroke lead over Brandon. Joey, honestly, with 2 more holes left, he's got to make some crazy stuff happen to be in contention on this one. Hole 17, 180 feet, downhill, Mando. Interesting hole. You're going to see some straight backhands, some flick, kind of like Will's lining up here. Yeah. And it was raining like crazy this weekend, but somehow it didn't rain for this round, which is nice, but the ground is quite moist, if you will. Very moist. And you're not going to see a lot of ground play. That's why it's so muddy, and you look at these guys' clothes, they're just covered in mud. KT throwing that dart, flipped over a little bit. He'll have a look from over there. The flick from, oh, it hit a tree. I don't think it did anything, though. It kind of just sat it down. He'll have a look at it. Okay, there you go, Phil. Couple trees in his way. It's about as good as you can do from that distance with those trees in your way. Kind of do a little pitch up hyzer putt. Dang, BB with his step putt, dude. Dude's a beast. I'm glad he's going to bigger tournaments too. Making Prodigy proud. A little bit left side chains for KT. Phil's got a good chance. Yeah, that is not OB. Phil just clarifying. As we take in the foggy view of the Chickamauga Dam. Great putt, Phil. He's finally glad to get another birdie. He took a couple bad scores there in a row, unfortunately. problem at all. KT tapping in his 3. Perfect. And after hole 17, we're going into the last hole. Will's got a 1-stroke advantage over Brandon. Joey's still sitting there at 13, so anything can happen on this hole. It's par 5, 900 feet. You got Mando to the left of this tree we're hitting up on here, and then you go to a different angle and you have to throw, either over this water if you have the distance, or to the right and just kind of play it safe. Anything on the rocks or before is OB, and you got to go the last point you were in bounds from.
It's a joke, man. It's a joke. Jeez. Sheesh.
Well, you know what? It is alright.
Alright, Will's up on the tee. This is probably one of the more muddier places to tee off from, I'd say. Good turnover. And at this point, you can hear the squishes from the ground. At this point, there's been no rain. Somehow no rain this round. And just blessed to play in disc golf weather that isn't crazy, disgusting, wet. The conditions they're throwing on, of course, they're kind of muddy, but playing in the rain, that's not very much fun, I don't think. Good turnover by Phil there.
I'm not thrilled about doing it.
KT trying to find some good footing. KT's simply playing for a 4. That's all he wants to do. Let's get out here unscathed. That is a Joey Lutz flick. Beast mode. KT going, just playing for 4. Keeping it in bounds. Phil turning it. He just wants to land in that grassy area, and he does. Good shot, Phil. So Will's got the strength, so he thinks I'm going to clear this water. Kind of slipped, but did he put enough juice on it? Boy, that's a crush. And that right there, that's a statement, because now that basically pushes Brandon to go for it if he wants to take the dub. Boom. Put a good rip on that. It's tracking. It did not track enough, and that is OB. He's forced to go all the way back, basically like so close to where Joey is. And Joey turned that over a little bit, and I'm afraid he's going to be in the same boat as that of BB. They're both going to advance of, 20, 30 feet. But they're going for the gold. No way in heck you're going to find me throwing over that water yet. BB almost has no choice but to go for it again. Okay, he's going over the water, but the more safer route, of course. Great recovery. Let's see what Joey's lining up. He just wants it safe. Great recovery there from Joey. KT has more of a direct line at the bucket. Low line. That's going to need some distance. That's so unfortunate. He played it safe, and now he had to take an OB stroke. It was only at this time did any rain start to come, and whenever it started coming, dude, it came down quick. Phil's the next one out. Phil throws a good shot. Fantastic. BB is not wanting any part of this rain. He's going to get his up there and get close just to finish out the tournament. Still kind of taking his time, though. He's trying not to rush anything. I respect that gameplay. Joey approaches his. He is not fooling around with it either. Will's actually putting for an eagle right here. That looked kind of funny out of his hand. I bet maybe he held on to it, but it doesn't even matter at this point. See if KT can end with a good one. There you go, buddy. Great putt, KT. Showing that he can hang with these open folk. Joey tapping them in. Only thing on Joey's mind at this point is simply to go pick up these baskets before this thunder hits. Great putt in a fantastic tournament for Brandon. And there Will goes, securing the W. Phil has no problem tapping that in either. And Phil also doesn't have any problem with this rain because he's rocking that sweet hat. It's dope, dude. And just like that, Will Schusterick has his first W of 2019, shooting a solid 20 down, taking the lead by 3 over Brandon Brown, Nick Robinson at 13, Joey Lutz at 12, KT at 10, Phil at 8, John Evans and Brent Miller at 7, and David Smackdown Sermon at 5. I appreciate all the support. If you like the channel, you can subscribe to it. If not, I don't care. Thank you so much for watching this coverage of the 2019 Nooga presented by Prodigy Disc. Keep your eyes peeled for some upcoming tournament footage that I got coming. I got some sweet stuff. Peace out until next time.
Let's make a change. Let's make a change.